Thinking Now for Tomorrow with Troy Anderson, UD campus pastor of the City Church. How's it going, man?
Great, good to be with you, Sean. Thank you.
Troy, you're also the church lawyer at the City Church, right?
That's right.
Awesome. Busy guy.
I am. Yeah, that was my original role when I came on staff at the church, was as the general counsel, and my role has been added to over the years, so I'm also doing pastoring, which is great. I felt called to do both, so it's been amazing to see how God's worked it out.
I love it. So now you're at UD campus on the premises down there at the University of Washington.
Right.
And what's going on? How's it going?
Things are going really well. We have a building that's right right north of the campus, right on Greek Row. And so we have Sunday services, and then we have services that are focused specifically for college students on Wednesdays, and things are going really well there.
I love it. Now, as the full-time staff lawyer at the City Church, what's the importance of having legal advice as a church, especially in the 21st century?
Sure. Yeah, it's very important. I think that it's becoming more and more imperative for churches to become knowledgeable about legal issues primarily because we love people. We want to make sure those issues are taken care of, but also because it can derail a church, drain resources, drain time and focus if you make legal mistakes that you can avoid. So it's very important to be up to speed on those issues.
Sure. Now imagine for a second, what advice would you give to a situation where a church is just starting, church plant, they have less resources? What kind of actions could they take to...
I think my first piece of advice would be to meet with a lawyer to help you get organized. Started with your nonprofit corporation, started with kind of the basic things you need. And then really it's possible for pastors to get up to speed on legal issues even if they don't have that background. There's a lot of resources now that are available, much more than there was even 10 years ago, to help churches be aware of issues, to know what they should and shouldn't do, and when they need to call a lawyer, when something comes up that they really needed legal advice about. So there's a lot of resources out there.
Now I understand that I'm on billable time right now too.
You will get a bill.
Yeah. So, but let me just lastly, can you point to any of those resources? I mean, what are some?
Yeah, I think the best source is churchlawtoday.com.
Wow. Okay.
They have a lot of books, materials, training resources. They send out e-newsletters, lots of materials that will raise issues, tell you how to handle things, and make you aware of what kind of the legal landmines for churches are. So that's one. There's others, but that's the one that I typically refer people to.
Love it. Now, kind of probably the most important question of us talking here. You golf.
I do golf.
And there are a bunch of beautiful courses in the Northwest, but I need to know, who do you think would win? Or maybe you can answer this question. Let's say you and Pastor Judah, and say Carl Lenz.
Yeah.
We're going three-way at putt-putt.
Yes.
Who's going to win?
That's a good question. And it's one I've given a lot of thought to.
And where really is the best putt-putt course here in the Northwest?
It's hard. There's a lot of great putt-putts, a lot of great windmills, a lot of great features at putt-putt. I've played many of the putt-putt courses. Yeah. I would say the one that I like is closest to my house at Willows. Mm-hmm. But in terms of who would win...
and why?
Why? I would say probably me. From what I've heard, Judah and Carl get distracted when they're together, and I think putt-putt takes a lot of focus.
Right.
And I'm able to avoid distractions and focus, so I think that I would probably win in that match.
Good. I agree. I'll second that.
Thank you.
I actually have, since you're giving me advice, I actually have some golf advice that I just learned.
Great.
I know how to pull 5 strokes off of your game.
How do you do that?
You want to know? Yeah. An eraser.
I have done that. Don't tell.
Okay, I won't. And we'll keep that's just between you and I.
Yeah,
right.
Don't tell anybody.
All right. Now, just lastly, or 2 more questions. What's going on? You mentioned you do Sunday mornings. That's kind of your thing.
Yes. Yeah.
You mentioned Wednesday nights. What's going on at UD Wednesday nights?
We have just a great thing going on Wednesdays. We originally had college services on campus at UW. Got to open the opportunity for this building that we now have. And Wednesday nights, if you want an example of a great college ministry, our Generation Church, led by Mark and Crystal Venti on Wednesdays, is exploding. Last Wednesday, they had Coach Romar, basketball coach at UW, spoke.
Wow.
And the building seats about 650. We had over 600 students there. A lot of energy, a lot of lives being changed. So it's very exciting what God's doing there at the UW.
Love it, love it. Lastly, if people want to connect with you, social, where are you at on the web?
Probably the best place would be Twitter. It's Troy S. Anderson is my Twitter name.
Yeah.
And, I have some good things to say there. So
You do?
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's amazing.
Well, I love it. Well, thanks so much. It's been great meeting with you.
Thank you.
Yeah, appreciate it. Take it easy. Think International.